about getting certified in Prince2 but not sure where to begin? Whether you're aiming for the foundation level or going all the way to practitioner, this video breaks down everything you need to prepare, study smart, and pass confidently. We'll cover the exam format, key concepts, proven strategies, and how to make your learning stick, especially if you're balancing this with a full-time job. Before we begin, please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated on the latest content on Edureka's YouTube channel. Also, check out Edureka's website for Prince2 Foundation and Practitioner Certification course, the link to which is given in the description box below. The Prince2 Foundation and Practitioner Certification training by Edureka is your perfect launch pad. Whether you're just starting out or looking to deepen your expertise, this course equips your practical knowledge of Prince2's 7 principles, 7 themes, and 7 processes, along with real-world applications and scenario-based learning. Let's begin with the structure of the exams. The Prince2 Foundation exams consist of 60 multiple-choice questions, and you'll have 60 minutes to complete it. It's a closed-book examination, so strong understanding of the fundamentals is essential. You'll be tested on the basics of principles, themes, and processes, how they work, and what are they called. On the other hand, practitioner exam is more advanced. You'll get 68 questions, mostly scenario-based, and 150 minutes to complete it. The good news, it's an open book exam, which means you can use the official Prince2 manual during the exams. But don't rely on it. Your ability to apply the framework to project scenarios will be what really counts. Your prep should start with mastering the Prince2 methodologies. Focus on the 7 principles, 7 themes, and 7 processes. These are the backbone of the entire framework. Understanding how projects are justified, how roles and responsibilities are defined, and how each stage is managed. Also, learn the terminologies. Prince2 has its own vocabulary that will appear throughout the exams. If you're going for practitioner level, pay special attention to how Prince2 integrates with agile practices and how to tailor the method to fit real-world environments. And hey, if you want to understand these core concepts in more detail, just drop a comment below and I'll personally share a breakdown to help you out. Now, don't rely on just one resource. Use the official Prince2 manual, explore Excelo's official records, and go through reliable study materials including videos, tutorials, etc. And if possible, enroll in a Prince2 accredited course. These are structured and often include guided mock tests and trainer support. This will help you stay updated on the latest editions of Prince2 methodologies. Now, let's talk about exam simulations. Practice is the key. Simulate the exam using mock tests to get used to the format and timing. Practicing with sample questions helps you understand the exam structure and spot patterns in how questions are framed. After each mock test, review and understand the logic behind both right and wrong answers. For practitioner candidates, prioritize scenario-based questions and focus on how you'd apply Prince2 principles to different project situations. The more patterns you recognize in questions, the easier it gets to manage time and stay calm. Especially for the practitioner level, Prince2 isn't just about memorizing the theory. You need to apply the concepts to real-life situations. Work through practical case studies and ask yourself, if this project encountered a risk or scope change, what part of the Prince2 process would I use to respond? Being able to analyze and adapt in different project environments is the key to success. Let's say you're managing a project to develop new booking app for a travel agency. The project is in second stage and your developers are building the user login and payment features. Midway through, one of the developers raises a concern. The payment integration is turning out to be more complex than expected and it might delay the current stage. You as the project manager weren't directly informed at first. The issue was discussed only between the developer and the technical lead. So based on Prince2, what is the best thing to do when a problem like this affects the project timeline? A. Wait until the development is complete and then update the schedule. B. Ask the developer to fix the issue quietly without telling anyone. C. Log the issues, review its impact, and escalate it if it exceeds the agreed limits. Or D. Remove the payment feature to keep the deadline intact. Let me know in the comments. Now, let's talk strategy. Have a structured study plan. Break down your topics across a few weeks and include timed mock tests to simulate real exam environment. During the day, stay calm, pace yourself, and don't spend too long on a single question. You can always flag it and come back if needed. And here are a few additional tips to keep your prep efficient. First, join study groups or online communities. They are great for sharing ideas, clearing doubts, and keeping your motivation up. Second, you can also use memory tricks like mnemonics to remember the 7 principles, 7 themes, and 7 processes. This really helps with exam recall. Thirdly, review your notes and the Prince2 manual regularly. Don't wait until the last week. Make revision a part of your weekly routine. And finally, use flashcards or quick reference sheet to test yourself on key terms and processes during short breaks. It's a great way to reinforce learning without burning out. And that wraps up your complete guide to preparing for the Prince 2 exam. Whether you're going for the foundation level or aiming to tackle the practitioner exam, just remember, success isn't just about memorizing. It's about understanding how to apply the methodology in real-world situations. Now, it's your turn. Are you planning to start with foundation, go straight into practitioner, or take on both? Drop a comment below and let us know. If you found this video helpful, please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment on any doubts and queries. We will reply to them as soon as possible. Do look up more videos and playlists and subscribe to Edureka's YouTube channel to learn more. Thank you for watching and happy learning.